Everybody, it's Lace, and today we're going to go over crafting. Now, in order to craft, you need some recipes. And if you see me hopping like this all strange, I just got this different keyboard plugged in because I spilled beer on my last one. And anytime my finger goes near the space bar, it has a sensitivity. I don't even have to hit the space bar. It's very weird and freaky, and I really hate it, so you're going to see me hopping around a lot. Anyway, I'm in Owl's Head, and the zone in is just right up the road here from where I'm at, and I just wanted to kind of give you that reference. I'm going to run this way through Owl's Head because the first thing you're going to need is a recipe. Especially in R32, this is going to be important because a lot of the things that were on the vendors, they have said are going to go away, the deco vendors and stuff like that. They've said that's going to go away. That means you're going to find the recipe. Now, there's two ways to do recipes. Either you can look on the internet for the cheats, or you can spend 250 gold per recipe. 250 gold per recipe in its current iteration is extremely high. So I'm going to show you where they're at, because for the brand new one, somebody's going to have to go out there and buy it. Somebody's then going to have to go document it on the internet, and then you can find it. So you might just want to buy some of them on your own as you first start out. So we're in Owl's Head. I kind of got all the names turned off here. Let me fix that real quick. There we go. Okay, now we're back after my technical difficulties with a keyboard. You know, the thing about keyboards is, it doesn't matter when I switch to a different keyboard, I swear they're off by like a millimeter or something even smaller than that, and I just type so poorly until I break in my muscle memory. I don't know if anybody else has that, but I just want to point that out. So I'm inside Owl's Head, and you know, your point of reference here will be cows. Kind of like the movie Twister. We got cows here. Oh, another cow. I don't know, one of my favorite scenes. Anyway, inside here we've got some various crafters. We've got Harold, and we've got Norman, and we got Edna. Well, each one of them is going to sell recipes. So just double clicking on a vendor, and you can filter by recipe because they may have other things besides that. So if we look at this guy, we can see he's got all the augmented leather, cloth. He's got dyes, he's got some tapestries, he's got trophies, he's got deco, he's got clothing, he's got all kinds of stuff here. And if you add up 250 times all these things, yeah, you're not going to have any money to make anything. You're not going to be able to buy the fuel. But this is one place to get recipes. Of course, this guy, same thing. He's going to have a bunch of recipes. He's got some alchemy, he's got signs, he's got more furniture, different furniture. He's got your crimson pine bindings. So this one's also going to have other different stuff. So you know, if you don't have the recipe, this is one way to get it. I really hope they never take away the ability to not have to buy all these recipes, because if they did, the gold drops better increase by about 50-fold. At least that's my personal humble opinion. So because everything's divided in economic regions, you know, divided basically by the control points, which we kind of covered before, those are just, you know, barriers to get from one zone to the other. What you can buy as far as recipes, I don't know that they've like made it to where all the lumber recipes are in one area and all the metal are in another area. I don't know if that's a plan. Wow, I kind of hate that. But this is one place to get them. Another good place to get them is Solania, which if you're over off near Ardoris and stuff, that's going to be a place. So we're going to head over there real quick just to show you another region and show you what's available there, just as a brief overview. So let me pause out and I'll run over that way. So as a brand new player, you may have started out at Solus Bridge, and then you would end up in Soul Town. So that's just a point of reference. We're along the eastern shore here of Novia. To get to Solania, whoops, I missed that turn, didn't I? It's going to be back this way, pretty close to Soul Town. And we're just going to follow the path through here. When we get to the swampy areas, it's a little hard sometimes to see the road, but you will see the you know, the golden scroll thing that'll help you along the way. So we're going along the path, and go hang this way a little bit. And it's just right up here. I know this is sometimes boring going through the overland map, but it should help, you know, like I said, brand new people. So we have Solania. There's a little boat that goes to Celestis, which is another little NPC town, but we're going to go into here. So I've zoned into Solania, and there's a little gate here. I don't know about these gates. They're nice for role play, but sometimes I'm like, come on, why do I have to click the thing? Again, just my personal opinion. I guess, it's good that it's a gated community. Um, I don't know if real estate's going to have higher values or not because it's a gated community. But anyway, we're just going to go straight up here. It's pretty much the only path now. There's a couple things to the side, but once again, we're just going to go in here. This one shows like the armor and stuff. This bladesmith here, Tanya, she's going to have pretty much all these recipes for metalworking type things. The guy here, Tyler has nothing right now, so we're just going to ignore Tyler. Bank sign, in case you're not aware of signs or trying to learn signs, that means bank. We're going to come up here, and this one has fish, nothing in there that we're going to get right now. Coming up here, what is this one? I can't remember what this is. Crafts and supplies. Okay, yeah, so we probably want to go in here. Yes, Janice. Janice is our woman in here. Janice has all kinds of recipes, from crafting to she's even got food. She's got, I don't know, she's got all kinds of things. I'm sure Janice's supply will probably change over time. She's probably not perfectly itemized, but Janice has a ton of recipes from everything from alchemy. You can just see me scrolling through this really quickly, but it's food, it's alchemy, it's leather, she's got everything. This guy is his craft supplier, so obviously he's going to be a craft supplier. Your public vendor is kind of hidden away inside this shop, but there he is. And poor Beverly, it just says crafter on her, but she's actually your skills trainer. I probably need to remember to bug that she has the wrong title. We got your alchemy shop in here. Sereth is going to have your recipes for actual alchemy stuff, just like we're showing here. This guy, he just has the mats, but she also had the mats, so they're kind of serving double duty there. I think he just likes to be near her or something. He's trying to show his worth. Look, I have mats too. I don't know. I'm making stuff up as I go. So coming along the back side here, I think there is one more to point out. Let's see, maybe not. Yeah, it's up here. We're heading right back towards the exit of this area. Yeah, this one. So we got little food symbols. So Solania Mercantile. We go in here, and of course she's going to have what? Food recipes, yay! Which I think Sereth is trying to hone in on her business. So there could be a cat fight coming soon. Anyway, and then just to exit back out, there may be a few more vendors along here that I'm just not going to run to every part of the city, but this is another great location for recipes if you're on this side of the map. So I think I'm going to pause out here, and I want to show POT what they have to offer. So give me one moment. So I'm over here on one of my POTs, and I just want to point out that currently on the POT merchants, if I click on the weapon merchant, they're going to have all my like metal recipes. You can see the bronze, chainmail, all that kind of stuff. So that's good to know. Additionally, if you go to the magic merchant in a POT, they're going to have, you have to go down to the recipe, but they're going to have all like your alchemy type stuff. Man, I don't know why that word gives me so much trouble, but it does. And then also, if you go to the cooking merchant, I believe they have all the cooking type of recipes. Now, they don't have all those other ones that we pointed out in the other towns, but again, this is just another place that you can get some of your recipes from, and that is your POT. Now, that is going to be up to your governor if they have those NPCs, and keep in mind that the smaller POTs have less available merchants they can put out, so they have to be a little more savvy with them. Mine's not super big, so I can't have everything out right now at the moment, because I've been decorating the putt-putt golf course. So I have a double banker going on, and probably 3 bankers right now in this zone, and a couple other deco merchants and stuff. So I only have the weapons out. I don't have the armor and the combat. The armor and the combat merchants right now do not carry any recipes in POTs. So that's just something to point out. But the weapon merchant does have your blacksmithing stuff. I believe when we were in Owl's Head, I never showed you any blacksmithing. If there's a blacksmithing recipe person there, I don't think I found them. If I'm wrong, maybe somebody will point that out in the comments section and correct me, but that's just my experience on that. So hope this helps you for your POT people. So probably the next thing to do to cover is let's buy a recipe that I don't have, and I know I haven't done any baking or cooking this round, so I'm going to buy that. And I'm just going to go into my inventory, and I can go into crafting as one way, and I could also filter by recipe on whatever. Oops, maybe it's under all items. Did I not buy that? Hold on. There it is, recipe. I guess I had a space because I have that wonderful keyboard that somehow senses when my thumb's near the space bar and puts that space in there for me. Anyway, there it is. All I got to do is double click it, and it's going to go into my recipe. If you don't remember how to bring up a recipe book, it is B, but it does come in automatically once you've scribed it. Was that our Doris coleslaw that we just bought? I guess it was. So it's going to go into your book. And again, if you don't remember how to bring your book up, it's just B. And then you've got all your subsections of it. Blacksmithing, tailoring. This was cooking we were looking at. It's got common ingredients like making components from components, crafted items. So components, there's all the components that were, given to us as a basic thing. I might have bought these. I don't think so. Going back that way. Decorations. I don't know if I don't think I have any of those. Nope, but food. Should have some food recipes, and I believe that's what we bought was the our Doris coleslaw. The bark bread is one that I think you're just given automatically. So you do get some recipes for free. And that's how you put them in your book, just double clicking them from your inventory, and they're in there. So I think that covers everything on recipes that I wanted to show you as to where you could get them. Again, the caveat is that currently, and I don't know that this will change or not, you can get them from the internet. So I could go to a crafting table, and I don't really have the materials to show this here, so I'm going to pause out again and go back to where I have some materials to show what I'm going to say about how you would learn a new recipe that wasn't in your book. So for this demo, we're just going to make some gold ingots, and we're going to pretend we don't know the recipe. I'm going to cheat and look up the recipe by filtering. I'm just going to say gold. Okay, let's pretend I've looked this up on the internet, and I know that it takes 1 chunk of coal, 4 gold ore, smelting tongs, and ingot mold. Now the smelting tongs you're going to have equipped. If I hit K for skills, oops, I got to get out of that. K for skills, and I go to crafting, and I'm on the smelting table. Where is that? Smelting. See how it has equip tool? Now I can right click that and say unequip, or like if I unequip this one, then I click it, and I can say if I go into my inventory, I kind of fumbling around doing this, but those were tongs, right? Tongs, smelting tongs of prosperity. I can say equip. And so that's how you can tell what tool you have equipped. This one has some bonuses on it, as you can see, plus 10 to production time, plus 3 to smelting chance success. Different tools are going to have different values. Just like your table might have some bonuses on it. If we go over here, we're just on a table. I don't know if it's shown anywhere exactly where the bonuses are, but your founder/benefactor tables are supposed to have a little bit better bonus than the ones that are in the crafting pavilions and the NPC towns. Maybe that's more when you're actually doing the final product, not so much the smelting, or maybe it's just not built in. Oh wait, there we go, smelting. That's where it is. See, look, learning, smelting station, plus 5 smelting level, and that's based on the quality of station. This happens to be, I believe, a founder smelting station, so that's what its bonus is. It's just giving me a little extra level. If I look at my smelting level was turned off at 77, so basically I'm smelting at a proficiency of 82. One of the other things that they've added is Something that I'm very glad to see is it shows that I'm at 62.1 smelting level, but at 97, which is 30 above, I'd show that it would go up 7 more points. See how it says 69.7? So that's something that they've added fairly recently, and that's nice to know that if I'm training it a little bit higher and 30 more levels, this is what its rate would be. Going back to what we were talking about, we know this recipe in the back of our mind. It's not really here. Pretend it's not there. We just know. So we say 1 chunk of coal. So I'm just going to grab 1 chunk of coal. And what I'm doing here is I'm clicking on this and I'm hitting shift and a left drag to bring up this bar, and then I'm entering 1 to do it. I'm not going to do it again. I'm going to hit cancel, but then I would have hit 1 and drug it in. So that's how I was getting that in there. The gold ore, I need 4, so I'm going to hit shift, drag it. I'm going to hit 4 in the box. I'm going to hit OK, and now it's on my mouse. See how the little gold chunk is there? And now that's there. Smelting tongs are equipped, so we're fine on that. Now we need an ingot mold. And again, you've got this handy filter here. So if I type an ingot, now I can grab an ingot mold and find it pretty easy. If if my inventory is super full, that's a nice way to find it. So now it's here. And now you see that the craft button's lit up. Now if I didn't have the recipe already here and I hit craft, even if I fail, that recipe is now going to be in my book. So that's good to know. You don't have to buy 10 copies of the recipe and it doesn't scribe until you have actually succeeded. So don't worry about that. You just only have to buy 1 copy. So I'm going to hit craft, and again, if I didn't know it, it would have appeared in my book. And again, you can use a filter on your recipe. So if I'm just looking to make ingots of any kind, I can type that and now only get ingot recipes. If I want to be specific, like I was showing you with gold, I can filter again. I mean, these are all pretty basic, but if you hadn't played it before, you might not see it. Like I didn't see this smelting station thing. And this tool, if I mouse over it, it tells me what that tool's about. And there are different tools by using what they call engraving kits that are made by alchemists. So you can get a basic tool like a sickle or something and make it true bronze or something else. That's a little more in depth and out of the scope of this. This was really about recipes. But since we have the crafting interface as it stands now in the R31 iteration, just some little things to point out. This is where your bonuses would be based on your proficiency, depending on what type of skill you're doing and stuff. And that kind of pretty much covers it. So I hope this helped everybody who has, never really crafted or wanted to look at how crafting is. Expect the UI to change, expect recipes to change, expect where we found the recipes, even all those places that I showed you could very easily change in what they have to offer. But this is as of R31 and gives you an idea of kind of how to maybe scope out the vendors that have them and stuff. And that should do it. So take care, happy hunting, and be safe.